just sort of starting off broadly, what are your reflections on the Doncaster game and sort of character of a young team to come back from sort of decent deficit to win against a more experienced side?
Yeah, just on reflection, you know, just obviously there's a few senior heads in and amongst a lot of youngsters, and it was a really exciting challenge going away to Doncaster. We were very well drilled, and I think we started the game really, really well, and then probably the back end of the first half we compounded quite a lot of errors before we knew it. We went in at half time with obviously about 10 points behind, so we knew we had to find a bit of character within this young group, see how they respond second half, and they rose to that challenge brilliantly, you know, and they'll only get better from that experience.
Yeah, of course. Well, sort of amongst that, one of the more senior players, even though he's still quite young, was Tom Curtis, skipper in the side. So I just wanted to know your thoughts on how well he did in that leadership role to sort of steer the side home.
Yeah, I thought Tom Curtis is brilliant professional, you know. He had his opportunity this week to start and to lead that team. I thought his messaging leading up to the game was brilliant, and in game he maintained calmness, good control of the game, which ultimately led to us getting a positive result after the 80.
Yeah, he'd mentioned that Tristan Woodman had sort of taken on a defensive leadership role in that, obviously.
Yeah.
With you as defence coach, I just wanted to know how you thought he'd done in that. I mean, obviously he's very young to be taking on that responsibility, so yeah, how he did in the defensive leadership side of things. Yeah,
just on Tristan, Joe Bedlow and Josh Gilmore, just those three guys, they show enough in training week in, week out, you know, they show enough character for me to sit back, look and be like, you know what, these are the guys I want to drive the defensive messages. And I thought all three of them were brilliant and very precise, a clear message, exactly what we're going after. And reflecting on the game from a defensive point of view, I think at times we were really good at what we were going after and just probably lacked a little bit of inconsistency, which is now a challenge going into Caldy. Can we be a bit more consistent in what we're going after this weekend? I think Caldy is very different to Doncaster. Doncaster obviously like to move the ball around, got a really challenging shape to defend. Caldy this week, they rely heavily on set piece, they're very direct, and we expect to be quite a physical battle up front, and there's going to be loads of opportunities for us to impose our physicality, which is a great challenge for us. You know, we want to level up in and around our collision dominance, so it's a good challenge for us this Friday.
Yeah, of course, and then obviously for a lot of these guys, it's their first bit of exposure to the home fans. I think it was 6 or 7 debutants last week, so just wanted to know if there's any sort of individuals that the home fans should be excited to see.
Again, I'd say all the youngsters, you know, they've trained really well. They've earned the opportunity to play again this Friday at home, and we're really excited. You know, some of them have played in that pre-season game. Look, I think Josh Gilmore is a brilliant talent for us. I think Tristan Woodman stepped up really well last Friday. So those two in particular are really bright talents for us, you know. And then the rest of the guys have been around for a while, and it's just about building on what they've done previously to make sure that they're taking steps forward.
Yeah, of course. And then just off the Caldy game, I just wanted to know, obviously a proud week for the club with Asher Apocli-Forgeot getting called up for the England squad. I just wanted to know, yeah, what the mood is around that and how happy everyone is for him. Yeah, everybody
is absolutely buzzing for Asher. He's a great individual in and around the club. You know, you just look at the role he played in that under-20s World Cup, which they obviously won. The way he's trained, the way he's stepped up for our first team. Like, it's no surprise that he's been getting this England men's recognition. He's fully deserving of it, and it's a massive credit to the work that he puts in, week out here, and he's such a loved member of our squad.
It's a heck of a step up, isn't it, for him? But how do you think his kind of character will deal with that step up?
Look, he's very open-minded. He wants to learn. His brain's like a sponge. Every opportunity has to grow. He wants that feedback. He wants to be doing extras to get better. I think he goes to that environment, and the quality of play around him is just going to push him on even more. And I just think we get a much better version of Asher when he gets back.
How do you feel all the boys went? Obviously, Tom's first game back in this country for a while. I thought he went really well.
Yeah, I think it was great for us. You know, obviously Ben comes off the bench, gets to play with Tom. That was obviously, it's well documented. It's very special for those two. I think Tom had great performance. He seen one of the better versions of Tom again, which is exciting post his injury. So I'm not surprised by that either. You know, the guy works week in, week out incredibly hard, and that paid off the weekend. And then 40 off the bench, another great opportunity for him after 8-9 weeks of not playing. You know, it's not easy going up against the All Blacks, and I thought he stepped up. I also think just as a group collectively, they're probably a little bit disappointed with the result. But, you know, just that group of boys, I think they will bounce back really well this week.
Specifically, what are the things you're going after this week? You said, you know, working on a few things after the weekend, looking at this weekend. What are the big things that have the big sort of focuses in training this week?
Look, certainly from a defensive point of view, we want to become we want to put more pressure on teams, and how we do that is we want more effective line speed, more consistent line speed, you know, and identifying the opportunities to really pressure teams. This week, you know, coming up against a CALDY, it's a different style of play than what we had to preview against CALDY. CALDY this week will be a bit more direct, so it becomes a bit more personal, it becomes more one-on-one. You know, we have an opportunity to be really physical, be the physical side that we want to be. So it's great for these guys where when we're wanting more dominance in our collisions, CALDY will provide that opportunity.
What a great chance as well that, you know, there were 8 debutants, 7 academy boys, some of the first-year academy boys.
Yeah.
What a great chance for them, and I thought they stepped up really well.
100%. We're not surprised. Like I said, just leading up to this point, these boys train incredibly hard. They show a lot of potential, and that's ultimately why they get selected for these games. And I thought they stepped up brilliantly. You know, you got guys playing in National 1, some in National 2, that go and play against a championship side on a Friday night away from home. They really test your character at that young age. I think back to when I was younger, 18, 19 years old, could I do what these youngsters could do? No. So the future's really bright for these guys. You know, they're taking steps in the right direction really fast. So it's promising.
You mentioned Josh Gilmore. I thought he was ace on Friday night. He looks like one, you know, with a big future.
Yeah, it's a different position to Kobus, but he reminds me a lot of Kobus Visser who used to be. He's a guy who loves the hard work. Yeah. You know, he's only got one gear, that's 100%. Yeah. He's always flat out, and you can work with guys like that. You know, he has no give, and it's brilliant.
How big is a step up these boys are having to make? Obviously they've trained here, you know, been full-time since, what, July, August time. But that's different to playing a game, isn't it, against, you know, guys, even at championship level, who've been around the block, a lot of them will have played Premiership level. The big, hard, grizzled lads, you know, 30-year-old, big chunks of men. What is the step up like for them?
Look, it's a massive step up, yeah. But it's you learn fast, you know, as these youngsters. You get to test your character, see where you're at, you know, because that's a good marker for these youngsters to see. Like, this is like the championship is not too far off the Premiership, so it's a good gauge of where you're at and where you need to improve. And these youngsters, they pass the test with flying colours for the most part on Friday. And like I said, this Friday is another opportunity off the back of a great win, great character shown to grow again and level up again. What's
the objective with the Prem Cup? Is it to win the Prem Cup, or is it bigger picture stuff? It's giving these boys a chance to play, or is it all of those things?
It's all those things. You know, we're in the cup because we want to win it, but we want to win it with our youngsters. We want them to use this competition to grow, to understand there's an opportunity to win silverware for a club which is really ambitious. They're well aware of that. They understand what it takes to be a shark, what type of shark we want to be. And we want to win it, but we want to win it with the youngsters. It's a great opportunity for them to fight for something. And winning kind of breeds winning, doesn't it? Even if it's a different bunch of guys wearing the shirt, like, we want to get the club winning again. Yeah, exactly. You know, momentum's a massive thing. We want these boys winning in a Sale Sharks jersey. That's what it means to us here at the club. Is we love the process, and ultimately the result at the end does matter. So for us, we want to win, but we want to enjoy the process in doing that. Just finally, tell us why, you know, if a fan was watching this, if we put out a clip on social media, you know, why should fans come and watch this game on Friday? Because, you know, loads of new players, maybe guys they haven't heard of before, but why should they spend their money and come and watch us on Friday? It's an exciting opportunity because there's boys in our younger group that's playing on Friday night, who I genuinely believe are prospects for England moving forward. There's brilliant talent on show on Friday night, and it'll be worth watching them at 18 and watch how they develop over the next couple of years into internationals.
They also need the support, don't they? It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think support is massive for these boys. You know, it's their first experience at home, to feel what it's like to play for Sale Sharks and the support of the Sale Sharks, which is some of my best memories are at the stadium. You know, when the fans get behind us, that extra lift, it'll be such a proud moment for the youngsters.